Hey everyone, I'm Sarah and I am your Usborne guide for tonight's party. I'm really excited to show you some of these books, and today even more excited. I just came back from my fourth graders reading groups at school. I helped facilitate those groups for the kids and was really excited to see those kids get excited when I read to them a really fun book. My goal for tonight is to help you find at least a book or two that you can read with your kids and get them really excited about reading and become lifelong readers. The first few books I want to show you, I'm going with a bit of a military theme because I think there's a few of you who are military families. First two books I want to talk about are My Mommy's a Hero and My Daddy's a Hero. I don't have those currently, but I will post them in the party. They have moms and dads who are police officers, soldiers, airmen, sailors, and talks about what great things their parents do. The next one, my kids have lived all over the place, so I love Wonders of the USA. This is one of our Shine a Light books, where if you get a flashlight and you shine a light behind these pages, miraculously, this picture from the back will show up in the front. Of course, I don't have a flashlight with me, but these are really neat books, nice and interactive. The kids love getting their own flashlight with the book and shining it on there. My kids have lived all over the world, take that back, all over the country at least. They really struggle with it sometimes. So Jonathan James and the What If Monster is a great book for kids who struggle with anxiety. That's regardless of whether or not they're a military family, kids have big worries these days. So Jonathan James and the What If Monster is a great book for them. Being a new kid is hard. Can I Join Your Club is a really fun book that talks about kids being inclusive, and you will find, like with most Usborne books, the illustrations are amazing. Hello Happy and No Worries. There's also Be Strong and Be Brave that just came out in January. These are for the older kiddos, but they are workbooks to help kids work through some of their big emotions. Like I said, my kids are worriers. They struggle sometimes, so we have these books to help them through it. And I believe Be Brave is about bullying. So if you have any kids in your life that are struggling with bullying, let me know and I can help you find some of the books that are good for that. And Americanly, this has a sister book called Animally, and you're reading to your children how much you love them. And in this book, it goes through different landmarks in the United States and helps you tell your children how much you love them. You love them Americanly. Or I love you stunningly, like the Pacific Coast Highway. So again, if you're a military family or a family that has traveled around a lot, this is really neat to show the kids where they were born or some of the places that they have visited. Now I'm going to start with books for Caitlin and Jess, for Tristan and Malin. This book is probably a little bit too young for them, but for anybody in the group that's got infants, this book is amazing for tummy time. It's a really big, bright, colorful book. It's got the black and white with some colors, great for tummy time. There's 1, 2, 3 counting. There's an On the Farm book and some other versions of that. Again, a little too young, perhaps, but a good book to have, at church, in the waiting room, in a stroller. This is a really soft cloth book, one of those that makes a little bit of noise that the kids love. There's about 3 different versions of that book as well. This book and All Better. There's a new book, Kisses and Cuddles. These are some of my favorites for toddlers. They're interactive. They have little reusable stickers. In this one, Little Bear, he needs glasses, but he doesn't have any yet. And of course, I'm looking for the glasses, but my son, they're all on the last page. So each animal is going to help Little Bear try on their own glasses. So you get to take the glasses off and move them to the different animals in the book. In All Better, the animals get hurt and you put band-aids on them and you kiss them and make them all better. I Love You Who is a beautiful picture book, great for nighttime reading, again with those beautiful illustrations. I know that Malin loves interactive books and likes the books with the mirrors and the shiny stuff on them. That's Not My Books would be perfect for her. There's dozens of different versions of this book, but they're touchy-feely, and then some of them have the shiny mirror stuff on them. I have That's Not My Unicorn. We don't have littles in our house anymore. The 6-year-old is my youngest. So I don't have a ton of these, but I believe the Mermaid and a few others have the mirror. If you're interested in something like that, then please let me know and I will find which ones have the mirrors in them. But this might be a girly version. There are gender neutral and more boyish versions, trucks and trains, squirrels, and all sorts of animals. And then Splish Splash Seahorse. This is another one of our interactive books where the kids, it's super sturdy. It's a really thick board book. So okay enough for the 1-year-olds and the new toddlers to use. Big bright colors and fun things for the kids to pull on. I would also like you to take a look for the Slide and See books. I have one somewhere on my shelf or somewhere in my room, and I think my 6-year-old, I just found it. Hang on one second. Stuck underneath the bookshelf. These books are great. Sorry to do that, but I like this book so much for that age group that the kids get to move them around. So perfect for that 1-2-year-old age where they're starting to manipulate things more and they get to interact with that book. Then we also have things like these storybooks. We have illustrated classics for the older kids, and then this is a younger kid version. Here's Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and a beautiful padded hardcover book. And then we have Brittany's, who loves the crayon books. I love this book. And that book immediately makes me think of Dragon Post. And in this book, a little boy gets a dragon and isn't really sure how to take care of it. So he sends notes to different people in his life, in his town, and sends them notes. They send notes back to help him with his new dragon. It's a really cute book. Now, the author of that book also wrote Nibbles. Nibbles, if you've got a 1 to 6 or 7-year-old, you need Nibbles. This is the dinosaur guy. There's the original one. In the original book, Nibbles goes through different stories and wreaks havoc in the stories. Here he's going with the dinosaurs. And in January, for the toddlers, so Jess and Caitlin, might be something for you to look into. Nibbles Numbers is for the preschool and younger set. Nibbles, he's awesome. Kids love Nibbles. And then we also have this awesome book, Life Size. So some of the pictures in here show life-size images, like the elephant. This is his toenail, which is as big as my hand. My 6-year-old loves this book, but this would be so great. Oh, the kangaroo's ears. So great for toddlers. Now, you've got older kids, you got kids starting to learn to read. We've got Shark in the Park and a bunch of other phonics books. These books are great for kids who are just learning how to read. Lots of rhyming, fun text. And then we also have the Read with Usborne books. These are the Just So stories from Rudyard Kipling. There's several versions of these. My 6-year-old is in 1st grade, and he is just a newly independent reader, so this was great for him when he was just learning to become independent in reading. The Chilly Little Penguin as well. We've got reference books for those younger kiddos. My son loves sharks, so we've got one of these for him. Dogs in Space is a brand new book, and it's about 2 dogs that went up into space for Russia. So if you got kids that like stories about animals, this is a super cute true story about these dogs who went to space. We do have books for kids up to teenagers. I've got a 4th grader who reads on a 7th grade level, so we've got plenty of books for him. This is Wheel Knots. It's like a graphic novel style. He loves to read that. We've got some Bear Grylls books. Fizz is a really fun book about a dog that becomes a police dog. My 6-year-old and 10-year-old enjoy that. How to Win a Nobel Prize is one of our brand new books. It's about some of the Nobel laureates in science, and it has experiments that the kids can do after it. We have big books that are huge picture books. Depending on what your kids enjoy, there's probably a big book that they would love. There's Lift the Flat books, See Inside books. There's Academy books for kids who are thinking of a certain job, and you can do a workbook that teaches you about it and lets you do different skill drills that belong to the job that they're interested in. So many different styles of books for kids of all ages If you are having trouble finding a book, please let me know, because I know I can help you find one. We've got something for everyone. Now I'm going to end the video and we're going to go right back into the rest of the party where I'll show you some of the new releases and we'll talk a little bit more about these fantastic books. Thank you.